this goat, we want to make him a little bit wider through his rack, which you guys can't see right now, and clean him up through his belly area, make him be tighter through his mid-rib. And we want to make him tie him better into his hip. As you can see right there, he goes down right there. You want him to come straight back where you can't see, just like a straight line. This goat's pretty good hip though. He's real good boned. Let me do leg cast. You want to clean him up through his shoulder. Want to clean him up through his shoulder. See how he gets a little bit coarse and open right through there. You want to bring him in, and you want them to be real clean through their chest floor, just like come straight up through here, and you can see he's got a little bit of a breastbone right here. We want to clean that up in him. And as I was talking about his shoulders, you want him to be in all the way back. You want him to be like a Christmas tree, looking from up here to back here. You want him to get wider progressively. And when their shoulders are coarse and open, that defeats the purpose of that, and it makes him not as eye appealing. Okay, as I was talking about earlier, we want this goat to have more shape through his rack. The rack runs from the point of the shoulder back to the last rib, and you want him to have more shape right here, more bulge. As you can see, he gets a little bit peaked over his top, and you want him to have more shape through his rib. And when goats have shape through the rib, that lays a foundation for them to have more rack shape on top of it. And as you can, right here, you can just feel how your hand's laying flat, and you want him to be round in the rib, like this instead of like that. This goat is what you would want in terms of muscle. As you can see, he's really stout featured. You can just tell in his body shape, he's really heavy boned, and he really blends good. When you get up on top of him though, is his biggest characteristic. On the last goat that we talked about, his rack shape wasn't good enough. And as you can see, this goat is a lot better over the top of his top. He's got really good shape, and he's really big loin. You want them to blend, you want them just to be like a 2x4 all the way down their top with no dips or anything when they're on the brace. And you want their loins to come wide, and you want them to be full, like it fills your hand, and you don't want to be able to feel their backbone. And the next thing we're going to talk about is structure in goats. There's all sides to structure. They can be too straight fronted, they can be too straight through their hock, they can have too much set to their hock. And all of it goes back to being balanced and just quality livestock. A major concern in goats in the industry is long pasterns, and that's why we have this goat out here for you. As you can see, he's really weak on his pasterns, and that's a very huge deal in the goat industry. As I was saying before, the last goat that we had in here, he was really weak on his pasterns, and we wanted to bring one out that was really complete structure, so you guys can see what one needs to look like. This goat really has a good set to his hock. He's not too straight, not too much set. He really just puts all his pieces together right there. And then at the ground, he's really good on his pasterns. He gets up there, he's strong pastern, and he's not too straight on him because he still has a lot of flex when he moves around. And in addition, he's really a lot better down his top line than that last goat, and he's a lot leveler out of his hip, while being better through his shoulder. As you can see, he's not too coarse, not too open, and he really puts a lot of pieces together in the structure area. Okay, another selection, some more selection criteria for balance. You really want their neck to tie high out of the point of their shoulder. As you can see, this one, he really rises his neck long and high out of the point of the shoulder, and you want him to be real good through that chest floor. As you can see right there, he really has a lot of width through his chest, and he really just, it doesn't even look like he has a bottom of his chest floor. It just keeps going on forever. And that goat's really long fronted. He's really thin through his neck, which is a good thing. You don't want him to be real thick necked. You want them to be good and just blend that neck right into their shoulder right there, as that one does. First off, we'll talk about what ages a goat should be to go to a show. The set of goats that we've been looking at today, they were born in January and February, and most of these goats will be showed in the fall, which would be Tulsa shows if you're from Oklahoma, Dallas, State Fair, Texas if you're from Texas, Kansas City, Louisville, those type of shows. And in if you're in like Georgia, at their fall show they have. And then we raise wethers in March, April, and June. And most of those wethers will be for spring shows. You should have somewhere for them to get underneath in a shelter, some type of a barn. You know, it doesn't have to be real big. It can be, 10 by 10, or any size will really work. But one of the main things is keeping goats warm. If goats aren't warm, then they'll try to shake their tops out of them, and it's just really hard on them, hard for them to gain weight when they're cold.